Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with me, and we're going to make a, you could use it for Mother's Day, graduation, gosh, you could use it for just about anything. And we're going to call it a purse card. So we will see how this works. Now the first thing that you're going to need to do, since I'm going to make it out of a 12 by 12 piece of paper, but you can make it out of any paper that, as long as it's square, 8 by 8, 6 by 6, it'll just be smaller versions. But I'm going to do a 12 by 12 just because it's a little bit easier for everybody to see. So the first thing you need to do is just fold from corner to corner. And just make sure that you get it folded really, really good. And do a really good crease. Let me make sure I've got all of my corners straight. And then crease that really, really well. Okay, and then you're going to fold it the other way, but you're not going to crease this one. You're only going to put a little bit of a crease right there in the center. All we're doing is just marking that center point. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to do is put it in your scoreboard, and we're going to put it in like this. And I know this is not going to all fit in there, but you'll see what I mean in just a minute. Now where we made that little cross mark, you know, we scored it this way, but then we turned it and we scored it this way so that we could find that center point. So I've got a little, see if you can see it. I got a little line right there that shows me my center point. What I'm going to do with that is I'm going to put that right at my 6-inch mark right there. So there it is right there. Then I'm going to come over here to 10 1/4 and I'm going to score. And I'm going to score it 2 or 3 times because I want it to score on all the way through both thicknesses of paper. Okay. Then I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just feeling for that 6-inch mark, which is right there, right there. So then I am going to score it at 10 1/4 again. Okay. Now let's see if we got that scored correctly. Now if we have these scored correctly, when we start to fold these over, they should come to that point, that cross point, and I'm going to mark that for you so you can see. Right here is my cross point. So they should come to that little cross point if we scored them correctly. And looks like we did on that one. So then we're just going to reinforce this. Going to flip it around and make sure that this one comes there too. Great, we scored them right. The points meet up exactly. So that is what you're going to do there. Now go ahead and fold that up with those side pieces in there, just like that. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more burnishing, just because we need this to be burnished really, really well. So then you're going to put it in your scoreboard and you're going to put that center point right there on that 6, right where you've got that fold. Make sure it's on the 6 at the top and the bottom so you get everything straight. And then you're going to score at 5 inches, and you're going to try to score pretty deep so that you can score all the way through all the thickness, and that's 7 inches. So, okay. So then we're going to raise it back up, and this is what we're going to do. This center point is going to come up, and then this one is going to fold like this, and this one is going to fold like this, just like that. So you see the makings, we've got the start of it. So while we've got that folded, we're going to put that back in our scoreboard again. And let me see what I scored at. I think at 5 1/4. Yeah, at 5 1/4, you're going to score both thicknesses of this paper. And this paper is so thick, almost doesn't want to go through there. But I'm going to score it on one side, and then I'm just going to flip it over, and I'm going to do the same thing again. There we go. Okay. So I hope, I will put all these measurements on my blog, and hopefully that will, you can watch the video and then have the measurements in front of you, and that will kind of explain it. So you see what we're getting at now. We're going to fold these down just like that. But before we do any gluing or anything on this, I'm going to go back again and reinforce all my score lines, just to make sure that everything kind of comes out even. And if it doesn't, you can always trim it a little bit, so it's not that vital that you have it perfectly even. But okay, before we do any gluing, what we're going to do is take, this is a 2-inch hole punch. Now, you could use one smaller, it doesn't matter. I'll show you why. All you're going to do is take this point and you're going to stick it in there. You're not going to stick it in this way. You're going to stick it in up here, and then you're just going to clip that end off. See how it rounds that perfectly, just like a little purse is rounded? And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So what I'm doing is I'm going over the top and then back in the cut field, just like that. And I just make sure that all the paper is up against it. And then I cut it. And see what that does is that makes you that perfectly little rounded top there. Okay, now I have cut just a little, I took my little scallop punch, and I'm not sure what size this is. It's a Stamp It Up that I got a long time ago, but I just took my little scallop punch, and you can use any punch that you have. It doesn't have to be this. And I'm going to put just a tiny bit of adhesive on the back of it, just a little. I just want it to stick for a minute. I don't want it to stick long. And I'm going to stick that down. I'm going to find my kind of a center point and press that down. And what that's going to do is that's going to help me line this up. If I didn't do that, then it would be hard to line this up and get everything cut correctly. So we're going to, hopefully that looks about right. Straighten that up a little. So we're going to punch that, and be easy taking the punch out. Now you see what we have. We have a little handhold. Okay, once you get that one punched, all you need to do then is just line the ends of your purse up and take a pencil and just mark a couple places on there, on that other one, so that you can line your punch up with that, because you want both sides to be lined up. So see, all I did was I just lined it up and then just made a few marks, just enough that I can line my punch up in there. And that looks about right. We're going to punch that. Okay, so now we have our little handholds for our purse. So we're going to go ahead and put a little adhesive under here. I'm just going to use some of this that I have in front of me, just so that it'll go a little quicker. I really don't like that, but I have it, so I'm going to use it up. So we're just going to put a little of that under there to stick that down. Flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so stick that down. Okay, so now you have your two outside pieces stuck down, and now what we want to do is go to the inside, and we want to stick these down. And now you just want to put glue on these two sections, or these four sections I should say, just where this folds up on either side. You don't want to put glue back up here. So we're just going to run us a little bit of glue down through there on both sides. And then press those down, just making sure that we get them really close to that center point and make sure that everything's lined up. Okay, So lined up just like that. So now when we fold these up, those are stuck down, but these are still open. So let's fold that back up. Now you can close these up many different ways. You could use magnets on the inside. You could use Velcro on the inside. Just tons of different ways to close it. What I'm going to do is take that little punch out where we punch this out, and I folded it in the center, and then I'm just going to glue it down on this side right at that point, and then I'm just going to fold it over and put a little piece of Velcro under there and let that be my closure. So let's see, let me find my Velcro. So we'll put our Velcro right there. And these are just the little double dot sticky Velcros. So then on this side, I'm going to put some glue down. And just for the sake of the video, I wouldn't use this permanently, but just for the video, I'm going to use a little bit of this. I would definitely use some score tape or something that's pretty strong before I would use this. And I'm just going to stick this in there right at that point, and then pull this over, and then I'm just going to stick that down on that side, and then when I open it, I should, there we go. So my little piece of Velcro is right there, and it's clear so you can't really see it. So there is that. So, and then what I'm going to do now, just to decorate it. Now, you could decorate this up tons of different ways. What I'm going to do now is, this is just one of those little bows that I made with the envelope punch board. I made it last week, and I will link that video below. And I'm just going to take that, and I like that pink with this color, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to let this be my front side. So I'm going to use some art glitter glue to put this down. And I'm just going to put it right below where that closure is. Right there. I'm just going to hold it there for a second. Okay, now just because I don't like how some of these corners are sticking up, I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm just snipping them just a tiny bit just to round them off, just to keep them from looking so sharp. Not anything big, just a little bit of a snip. And then what I'm going to do is, of course, we have to decorate it up with a little bit of bling. It wouldn't be a gift if we didn't put some bling on it. So let's see what I think the pearls would be nice. So let's just put a few pearls on here. And I think I'm just going to put a couple. Put one right there. And one right over here. And then I think I'm going to put one right there on that. To kind of make that look like that's what's closing it up. Then we'll turn it around, and I think I'm going to put some on the other side as well. And I've got a little piece of glue right there. Okay, so we'll put one there, and one right there, and one right there. And there is our little purse. Now, you could keep decorating any way that you wanted, but the best thing about this is when you open this up, you have a place right here for gift cards, money. Let's see if we have some gift cards in here. Okay, I don't think I have a gift card, but I have this old Care credit card. Same thing. So we can slide that right in there. It's just like a gift card. You could slide another gift card in this side. You could put money here, and I don't have any cash, so I can't put it in there, but you could put some cash here and close it back up. And you can give this for graduation, Mother's Day, whatever you wanted. If you wanted to, you can make some smaller, close them up like that, put them in an envelope and mail them to someone. But I just think they're adorable. This is not my original idea. I did get this off of Pinterest. I did come up with the measurements on mine, but I saw one made like this on Pinterest, and I just kind of sit down and drew up my own measurements. Okay, that is it, guys. I hope you give this a shot and make a few. I have a little tiny one here. I haven't completed it or haven't decorated it up, but this was made out of an 8x8 piece of paper, so you can see the difference. But I hope you give this a try. We will talk to you guys later. This would be awesome as little wedding favors as well, to make some small ones and sit on the table with a little gift inside. Beautiful wedding favors. So we will talk to you guys later. I hope you enjoyed. Please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Bye-bye.